Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is a superstitious, cowardly lot. They plan and plot and they always get caught. Their evil schemes all come to naught. It's Ben.
It's me. It's me to a fucking T, though.
Schwarbage.
What a great bit. Do you hate me? God. We're talking Batman Beyond Season 3.
The final season. The final stretch of episodes.
Yeah. Dude, they slapped. I was very happy. I know you said, like, on a rewatch, the first season is still, like, the one that sticks or whatever, but, like, this shit is all solid. Like, honestly, having seen everything, the only episode I can think of where I was actively like, this is hot trash is the one with Nerd Boy who turned buff. They circled back to making him good. I was like, okay. But like that one episode is the only one that I could think of that was like garbage. Everything else, it's been like a solid watch.
Yeah. It's all good. It just doesn't, I don't know, it's like it doesn't, going back to it doesn't have the same appeal. But like obviously it's all good.
Yeah. I was very happy.
Yeah, I mean this season I think has the final two-parter we watched I think is like the most rewatchable out of most of season 2 and 3 maybe, but I don't know.
Do I agree? I mean, I guess.
I don't even know that I agree. It's a thing I said.
Dude, I couldn't stop fucking thinking about, I mean, even if you hadn't mentioned it to me before, I'd 100%, like, 2-3 years ago, they were just another snake cult.
Yes.
Like, and the fact that they're fucking, like, they call it a cult, too, and it's, like, super snaky, I was like, this is...
I mean, that's what I was thinking about.
It's so fucking good.
Recently.
I don't know how you can't...
Fucking Cobra.
I don't know how you can't fucking think of it, having those two things behind us. Like, it's so good.
So it's very funny watching So for this season, they didn't do commentary tracks. They just have like little roundtable discussions about some episodes.
Yeah.
And for that two-parter, they shit on it so much. It's their own episode. Mostly part 2. They're like, why do they turn into dinosaurs? They're a snake cult. If you're a snake guy, you don't want to turn into a dinosaur. You want to turn into a snake.
I mean, I was wondering that. Like, it was, yeah. Reptiles, it's all kind of the fucking same.
But it's
They're
not the same, though. It's just weird.
No, it's very funny.
And also they like lament that like they kind of set up some stuff with him and Terry like being friends in that first episode, and that fucking they don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
He's just pure evil. The next step you're like, this is some good, there was some interesting setup stuff here, and it was all pretty wasted.
I mean, I could have told
the episode's
you.
just the second part is just a big dumb thing.
Dude, there's no way that, like, apparently I knew before they did that they weren't going to be friends. I'm like, this dude has way too much fucking eyeliner. There's no way. If he was a chick, he would look like every other bitch. But, like, this dude he's glammed up. It's no good.
He ended up reminding me a bit of their version of Clarion, the witch boy from Batman the Animated Series.
Wow, that's like left my brain a bit. Maybe?
He had it's the Etrigan episode. He had the cat that turned into a cat girl.
Yeah, that's who I assumed it had to be. But I just can't think of Oh, yeah. Okay. This is what he looks like. I remember the cat girl, not the idiot.
The witch boy. Uh-huh.
Fucking yeah.
There's just there are a couple parts where I don't remember this dude's name. Kairi Tanaka? No, Kairi Tanaka is the person who trains
Xander?
them. Xander? Is Xander his name?
Yeah, because Max calls him Zandy.
Max also shoves a slice of pizza into his mouth, which I assume is when he decided he needed to marry her.
Fucking
no one's ever shoved pizza into my mouth.
Shoves that pizza into his mouth. He's like, I need her number. She will be mine.
And by her number, I mean I will kidnap her and turn her into a dinosaur.
Yeah.
The part where, like, what he likes about her is that she talks back.
And beat him at a game.
But, yeah, and beat him at a video game. But he wants to turn her into a dinosaur so they can be married.
My impression of that whole situation,
Cobra's plots, very stupid.
Dude,
I can't.
The fact that, like, I mean, it feels like we skipped a few steps in that episode. I mean, a lot of steps, I suppose, at different points. But, like, it doesn't feel like they were actually gearing up to, like, do all of the shit that they were doing. Like, turning into dinosaurs and, like, dropping the bomb. It almost feels like that was, like, fuck it, we're doing it now. We're doing it live. It doesn't feel like it was actually planned to occur at the time that it did. Which is very funny. It's like, I kidnapped Max to be my wife. Oh, shit. Turn her into a dinosaur. That'll make her subservient.
That'll solve all my problems. You know how it is.
Yeah. Also, the
girl doesn't like you, you just turn her into a dinosaur. That'll solve everything.
I mean, yeah, dude. That's the strat.
I don't want to have a conversation. I want to turn you into a dinosaur.
Fucking ridiculous.
Men will turn their wives into dinosaurs rather than go to therapy, etc., etc.
Hey, he was raised in a cult. It could have been worse.
He was raised in a cult.
God, there was so much more room there. Like, him going out, like, he seemed almost half decent for like 2 seconds. Like, dude was, it would be, I think the ending and how he acted in the second part, it would have been a lot more in line if they had him like, yeah, no, I'm not having pizza. I'm not playing games. Like, that's for fucking idiots. I'm doing big boy things. Like, that would have made sense, but he's like, no, I'll fuck with pizza. What's this, a video game? Yeah, let's do it. Like, it would have been better to have him, like, question his shit more as stuff progressed.
Eating pizza should have cured all of his
100%
cult training.
Pizza should have been like, he's off the path. He just fell off the horse of his life.
There's like there's a Hellboy. There's a short Hellboy comic that's basically that.
Hell yeah,
Hellboy eats pancakes. It's like we've lost him forever.
We've lost.
There, like, also in that round table, like James Tucker directed the first half, who I talked about before, who like goes on to be a producer on Justice League, and he was like, at first I was like, I should direct both parts. The same director should direct the 2-parter. And then I read the script for the part 2, and I was like, no, it's okay. I'm good just directing part 1.
That's so fucking funny.
Like, it's just very funny that they're talking about it. Like, it just didn't. I don't know what happened. It didn't come together.
Yeah, I mean, look, can have some whiffs.
Yeah,
it's very
But the thing is, this show's whiffs are still pretty entertaining.
That's the thing. Like, I was gonna say, it whiffed, but like, it's funny as hell. Like,
Yeah.
it just kind of makes it better. Like, we can afford to fuck it. We can afford some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I also, you know what? It's probably a No, it's not a. Maybe it's a thing like behind the scenes or something. Yeah, it is, because like the air date is like out of order or something, right? Like, I'm looking at I don't know. Like, do the production codes mean it? I was gonna talk about, like, we watched some stuff out of order. So there's another.
We've generally been going by air date.
Yes.
Well, although we watched Ace in the Hole, the end of season 2 is technically the start of season 3, but just for the same reason that we did it, it's on the season 2 DVD box set because it just makes the numbers line up better.
Sure.
like the even numbers instead of having a 14 episode season 3, which because season 3 kind of was only 13, but one of the episodes, then they had this extra episode that only aired on Cartoon Network after the fact or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and Curse of the Cobra came out like 2 months after the episode before it.
Well, see, I was gonna reference the fact that we got in
but the production codes, that's episodes get made out of order all the time. That's different.
Oh, you know what? The thing I was gonna reference was the fact that after we get the Cobra 2-parter, we get an episode with Cobra, but the Cobra, that's like a flashback, so that could have been before that.
Yeah. Well, that particular episode, apparently, which is the one that aired on Cartoon Network, was just like a troubled production.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it didn't air with the rest of the episodes. It just wasn't kind of fucking done in time, probably. They probably started making that one first and then didn't finish it.
I'll say I'm glad we ended on the call on the 2-parter with Justice League.
Yeah. It leads into Justice League better.
I mean, also Unmasked was just like, I don't know.
No, it's not a good episode.
It didn't have to be a flashback. It added like nothing.
Yeah, the framing device of that, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's useless. I think the episode
and it
is
like
good.
It hurts the flow of the episode.
Yes. Oh, totally.
Like, we're only here for 22 minutes. You don't have time for this.
Yeah, unless it was like banging.
Yeah, unless it wasn't good, and it was fucking nothing. Particularly because it's not like it doesn't even lead into him telling anybody else's, like, it doesn't lead to him telling his girlfriend he's Batman. It's just like an excuse not to.
Yeah.
There's just another great story of they felt bad about how they treated Dana, and Glenn Murakami wanted to make sure that they had an episode where him and Dana had a scheduled date, and at the end of the episode he makes the date. He gets there. And then they gave it to a different writer, and he not only did he write it so that Terry didn't make it to the date, he then wrote this whole scene where him and Max then commiserated and started making out.
Oh no.
And Bruce Timm is like, "What are you doing?"
Holy shit. Dude. No. Oh my god.
So at least that didn't happen, I guess. Is like the
Yeah, I mean, that's like, what if instead of giving Dana a win, we fucking put her in the ground? Jesus. Here's the thing. If they decided to shit a little more on that end, or if maybe the show was like meant for an older audience or something, or we weren't doing like enemy of the week type shit all the time, right? I
Yeah.
think the logical thing is for Dana and Terry to break up, and probably for him and Max to date, maybe, because like that relationship is cursed. But like, yeah, no, this in the context of what this show is, that's fucking terrible. It's already like
Yeah.
the times we get him with other women, it's like he's Batman, bitch. It doesn't feel like he's being a complete scumbag, I guess. But like that would have put it way over. Like that just would have been like, oh no.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just never found the space to write Dana like the episode she deserved.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
She's fine. She's a trooper.
It's just a fact about the show.
Yeah. You want to circle back to episode 1?
Yeah, let's start
Roll through it.
going in order. We got King's Ransom.
It was okay.
Yeah.
We
We get to
did-
check in on 10. See, she's just like actually being a normal person.
Dude, I was
Working a job.
like that, and then I forget who it is at the end. It's her brother, who's like, is it Jack? Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Mm-hmm.
That was like the moment that kind of turned this episode into like good territory for me. Like I liked it.
Sure.
Cause like I don't know, her just being normal, and then she's like, I can hook you, like, you have to wash dishes. He's like, fuck yeah, I can wash dishes. That's great. He's like, anything to get out of this. That was very good. The other stuff was like okay. Bruce got to
King
do
being
shit.
yeah. Wait, King being a complete piece of garbage.
Like, yeah, he's a villain. That doesn't mean he has to be a bad guy. Just like, jeez. Oh no, he's like stealing and like holding people ransom, whatever. Like, okay, sure, but like cheating on your wife, dude, it's a little scummy.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, also cheating on your wife and like letting her get caught and go to prison so you could escape with your new girlfriend. Like it's a little more.
Yeah,
It's like it's part of like the nature of their lives because they're criminals, but also it's a little extra bad.
Yeah,
Not just cheating on his wife.
sure, you're correct.
You're concocting a scheme to abscond with his new life, with his new girlfriend.
Especially like, it's so weird because all the shit we've seen of him before, he's like very like chivalrous or whatever, and like about honor or something. Like it just feels weird,
Yeah.
but like it also does
But
make
it's
it
all
a
like
bit
a-
funnier.
It plays into like that. This is the whole thing is an act,
Sure,
all of it,
sure.
and he's just fucking sick of it.
I'm used to the classic Batman villains who stood by their insanity.
Their gimmicks,
Like,
yeah, no, he's a legacy hero. Like he's like Terry. He became. He's not the first king. He's in a long line of kings.
I suppose, yeah, that's right. They like, yeah. You're right.
That's like the thing he's sick of specifically is being compared to his wife's dad.
Yeah, that's right. We get
Like it's not even his
shot.
dad.
I mean,
He married into this.
yeah. You'd think his wife would be in charge then, or more in charge.
No, sexism. Come on.
Yeah, I already said he's chivalrous.
Yeah.
It was fine though. I mean, I don't care about the rest of that family past like 10. So
It's mostly interesting to me in that they actually let 10 like move on with her life,
dude,
and just
I was
become
very
a person.
surprised. I was not expecting
like-
her to get out of shit.
Like that's just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, it's great, especially because this is
Yeah.
like the last we see of them.
Uh-huh.
Finally. Fucking finally.
And we've got Untouchable with The Repeller. Is not a good name.
The Repeller is. I love how the technology of this world is just like a full send, like, fuck it. Like, really cool. It keeps fucking everything out so that people who are like allergic to the world can exist safely. It also lets you telepathically grab objects to do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's just insane. I mean, it's great. Like, it was a fun
and
episode.
I think the suit is cool looking.
Oh yeah, the suit was solid. Also, we got Terry be a little bitch. He's gonna let the girl down. She has a boyfriend. He's like, yeah, she took it well. Come on, Terry, take the L.
You like the attention.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean, wait, no. Women used to throw them. No, actually, you just don't get it, old man. Actually, I do. Yeah. Women used to throw themselves at me all the time. What did you do? I stepped over them.
That's such a fucking cold line. Oh my god.
It's like
smooth. I thought so. We actually got one of the things. I think maybe. I mean, it could be I was reading into stuff. It could be intentional, or it could be I was just paying a little bit more attention. I feel like we had more of Terry like becoming Batman sort of deal. It felt not like super obviously, but it felt like we had more little moments where it's like, yeah, he's on that Batman shit now. Like Max, I forget what episode it even was in, but Max like said something to him, and he just gives her a fucking like Batman look, like like Bruce Wayne trademark, and just like walks away. And I'm like, we're dealing with this, like the thing about like you like the attention. Like, there's just more of those little moments where, to me, it felt like he was kind of filling those shoes a little bit more in various ways. Which I liked. I mean, even if I'm reading into it, I'm like, this is fucking cool. Like, this is good.
Sure.
But yeah, Repeller. Cool shit. But I don't know. I kind of found myself.
But again, like once you find out who it, like, the juice kind of goes out of the story once you like find out who it is. And
I was reading these episodes like a book, dude.
Yeah,
I tell you,
it's very obvious.
Like, they're not pulling anything over me.
I mean, it's like Scooby-Doo levels of mystery. Like,
hey, fuck off.
It's
Sometimes
not the person who we're like obviously pointing it to you, who Terry is gonna think it is.
Yeah.
It's the other guy who's
like,
standing next to him.
This dude's a dick. He's such a fucking hard ass. I'm like, this guy loves his job and he's probably great. Wow, look, it's correct. Yeah.
This guy's serious about what he's doing, and so probably making decisions that aren't making as much money as he could.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, it was also just in what he was like. He said he told, like, basically implied he told the Department of Defense to fuck off. So, like, he's probably okay.
Yeah. It is very funny. This one though. We have this like crazy technology and nothing. It doesn't turn out horribly for the person using it.
Yeah,
Like there isn't like
he doesn't
fall
into
through
it.
the planet.
He doesn't get some bullshit where it like solders itself to him and now he can't feel or smell anything or whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There's no, this just technology just works.
Yeah, I mean, they had it pretty figured out, you know? Like, it seems like it wasn't necessarily like some weird experimental thing, at least fully.
Yeah.
He just fucking... I mean, I guess it's also implied that literally the only thing he did was like fucking add power to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't just... It turns out if you just give it enough juice, you can start doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
You don't gotta change like the circuitry or the programming at all. Like, nope, just fucking more batteries.
Send it.
Inkling, episode 3.
Yeah.
Sick, absolutely fucking sick episode. The episode itself, solid. I like Ink. I think she's fun. Also because
visually
like,
she's very good.
yeah,
Like the action scenes, the faction fight scenes with her are just like kind of a step above.
Yeah, visually solid. It leads to fun stuff like her like being a seal in this episode. Like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. That's a Scooby-Doo seal. It's colored slightly differently, so I know it's important.
Dude, I wouldn't have even like fucking registered. It's so good. Also, like, just the way that they use her, right? Like, the shit she's getting involved in, I'm like, this is just solid. Like, it's good. But that ending, holy shit. Like, that was so good. The fucking... I didn't want her daughter to win, and I'm glad we got Terry saying that stuff, right? Where he's like, the cops are gonna get this. Like, you can't just take millions and millions and millions of dollars that were fucking stolen and paid out for assassinations or whatever. Like, that's not how that works. But then, like, the fucking, like, yeah, you know, what was it? The sample of her, like, disappeared or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's just like the music goes quiet or completely disappears, and it's just like the shadow of the plants and then the water making patterns, and she like curls up in a ball. Holy fuck. Like, that was so, like, she's gonna be scared forever. That's so good. Oh, it hit so hard.
I've literally done this idea before. Like, they did it's exactly the same they did with Paxton Powers
Oh yeah.
and his dad at the end of season 1, but just the way they're like they set up her paranoia at the end.
Yes.
They execute on that is just very good. That's
Yeah,
like what
dude.
makes it.
100%.
It's the way they sell it at the end.
No, like, her, if she was like, yeah, whatever, like, then I would have to fucking imagine it more.
Yeah.
But like, this just, man, the fucking pulling her legs up and like bringing her drink closer, and like, it's like little shit, you know?
Sure.
So good. It is like, overall though, I thought it was just kind of a little out of pocket or whatever. Like, I'm your mother. Like, just out of fucking nowhere. No hints or anything. It's like, so that's why you took all of that experimental shit to your body. Money. Okay.
Yeah. Look, villains are often, they're closer to Spider-Man villains in that they're just fucking out for money. They're petty criminals.
Oh, yeah. They're fucking.
But yeah, like the fact that her daughter betrays her, it's like, what did you? I like the. What did you expect? Your relationship to me is just you set up like an endowment for me, basically. Yeah. You're not part of my life.
You gave me money, nothing else.
That's our relationship.
Yeah.
And then we've got a big one. Out of the past.
You forgot one.
What? What did I forget? Big time. We forgot big time.
I thought you were going
fucking
into a big time. You said we've got a big one. I thought you were fucking setting up.
Nope.
I've never been so disappointed.
Oh, big time.
I like the big time episodes, honestly.
Okay. Someone has to.
I think I like the other one more, but like I don't know, this one was okay. I mean,
I don't like his design as big time.
I'm not a fan of the design. I didn't say I like big time. I said I like the episode.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good idea and they could have executed better.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Of like this old friend of Terry's who's more of a criminal. But like he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like not in an interesting way. He's not like he just sucks.
Yeah, I do wish like they would make I wish they designed him like character-wise in a way that made him somewhat redeeming, like you could understand why Terry is struggling, but I'm like, dude, why are you having
if there
issues?
any juice to his pitches to like try and rope Terry back into stuff, but like none of that is appealing. There's no
also like it's not like their backstory has them being like super close in a good way. Like he was also just a piece of shit, and Terry's like, damn, I miss that guy. I miss that troublemaker.
Yeah, he was an important person in my life who was manipulating me even back then.
Yeah, I don't. So like that element, I don't get it all.
Yeah. I mean, I get it in the sense of like you had this old shitty friend who you were shitty with or whatever, or was shitty to you, but like they were an old friend. I don't know.
Sure.
I kind of get it, but also like as a viewer, it's not compelling because there's nothing about it that's going to translate beyond stupid emotion, attachment to this person that sucks on his part.
Yeah.
The fact that he's like the first thing you see him is him like harassing Dana.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a good person at all.
There's no point in which you, the audience, are like feel anything good towards him.
Yeah.
You only hate this guy.
Oh,
so the fact that Terry still cares about him, you're kind of just like, fucking wake up, Terry.
He's still learning how to be Batman, man. He has those things that people have. What are they? Feelings. That's the word.
Step over them. Come on.
Yeah. The problem is in his inner monologue, he's still Terry, and that's a problem.
That's true. It's fine. He just needs to not be dumb.
Yeah, I mean, he's also like fucking 17 or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't be dumb, 17. You can pick one of those, man. At least if your name is Ben.
So is there anything else in this episode that you liked before we move on? I kind of
not like really. It's more about the other big time episode we get.
Okay.
Like that one is the one I care more about. which retroactively made this one, I'm tying them together in my mind or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah. No, now it's our big one, not to be confused with Big Time.
Not to be confused with Big Time. It's out of the past. Talia's back. It's definitely Talia.
I was so happy that I overlooked everything. I'm like, this is her. It's her.
So it turns out it's not Talia, but we get young Bruce. We get Lazarus pitted. Not like young, but like,
yeah, he's still a little gray.
He's got some gray in his hair.
Silver Fox.
Yeah, Silver Fox Bruce. He gets to do a little exercise before he's like, fuck this. This is cheating.
Dude, it's so good because it's so fucking perfect.
If I stay here, I'll be weaker than ever.
Dude, that line was so fucking good.
We get the very funny scene of Terry explaining who Ra's al Ghul is to Talia and Bruce, and then Talia corrects his pronunciation.
Yeah.
From Ra's al Ghul to Raish.
It was pretty good. They fucking got me because I hit you and I was like, damn. And then immediately after that, I press play and she's like, actually, like, son of a bitch.
Common mistake. And then we get the scene after Bruce is like, fuck this. I don't want this, actually. And he goes to confront, you hear Ra's al Ghul's voice. He's like, where is he, Talia? It's like, I had hoped you wouldn't discover this, detective. And it's fucking Ra's al Ghul's voice coming out of Talia.
The fact that it's just like his voice is so fucking funny.
Like, I love that they don't even change. They never change the way they animate Talia. Like, she doesn't change her posture or anything.
She's just like fucking hippie. She's got that ass. She's strutting around,
brushing her hair back.
Yeah, like she's in a leather bodysuit. Right? She's like, this ain't me, but like I might as well fucking, smoke it if you got it, I guess. Fucking man, what did I forget what Terry said, but Bruce is like fucking cocooned or whatever, and he's like, how do you think I feel? She kissed me.
Terry says, lady, you're creeping me out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so good. Also, it's fucked. Poor Talia.
Yeah. It is extremely evil on Ra's al Ghul's part.
Like, do you think?
No, I don't. Here's the thing. I as a kid, I definitely was like, I don't like that this happened. That's fucked up.
Yeah. Do you? I mean, because like all we see about Talia is like how she's so conflicted with this shit, right? Do you think she actually did it, or do you think he fucking like pointed a gun at her head and made her do it?
I think he made her do it.
Like there was,
grabbed someone and forced her into a thing.
Yeah. Because like, assuming her character was consistent there, I feel like that's maybe too much. I want it to be too much anyway. I don't want her like that,
Yeah.
We got so I mean, it goes without saying for people who don't know that his goal here is to get Bruce Wayne young and spry and then take his body over.
Yeah.
So
because before
like the whole
his
thing.
machine could only do like comparable DNA before, but now he's made it better and he can switch with anyone.
Really brings up a lot of moral questions. Are our thoughts and memories the only thing that make us us? Is there no soul?
Murdering someone and stealing their body is just evil, though. So, well, there are a lot of moral questions that just don't get raised because this is so fucking evil.
Man, we get Bruce Wayne calling her beloved.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Too fucking good.
We get Bruce Wayne looking at photos of women he used to like.
Women he used to pound in the Batmobile.
I'm pretty sure he never pounded Lois in the Batmobile.
You don't fucking know. You have no idea.
No, what I know is that she didn't like Batman. She only liked Bruce.
Whatever.
So I don't think if they probably had
Hank,
sex, but it wasn't in the Batmobile.
I'm gonna
is all I'm
fucking
saying.
blow your mind right now. You don't have to like someone to bang them. It's called a hate fuck. Thank you.
Sure. I don't think that happened.
Well, you know what? You're not one of the writers, so
It's true.
miss me with that.
You can write your own fan fiction. Fine.
Oh, I'm sure I don't need to. That's already been done. Lois and Batman in the Batmobile has 80 billion hits on various fanfic sites, I'm sure. Yeah. Don't gotta reach much.
That's kind of it for that episode.
Yeah, it was very
just
good. Solid episode.
Yeah. It's just extremely fucked up.
Yeah. I love
Talia.
how on the wiki this episode has like a full ass in-depth description, and the next episode is just Batman reluctantly agrees to aid a genetically enhanced gorilla in finding the poacher who kidnapped his mother.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's not, that's the episode. I like it. As I said to you, I don't fucking understand why we got shit-tiered robot spin-off and not gorilla spin-off. Are you fucking kidding me? That would have been so good.
I guess, but he's just living in the jungle
Yeah, dude.
with other gorillas who can't talk.
There was literally a fucking Tarzan cartoon. Are you kidding me? This show would have slapped. Everybody was just blind to it. The other gorillas can't talk. That can be fixed. Okay.
Sure.
You add in like the obligatory woman in a loincloth side piece to this show, and I don't know, dude with gun. It's like, it's so easy. It writes itself.
They did not. Yeah.
I could write
They
the
did
show.
not understand the power of kids' affection for gorillas.
It's true. Yeah, they fucked up.
Fucked up.
I thought the episode was pretty solid. Also, I mean, I like that gorilla.
Mm-hmm. At the end, he's like, "No, I'm gonna use being smart. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Fucking making me normal, intelligent gorilla again."
Well, hang on. They were like, they didn't want him to have to live with the fucking burden of intelligence and remembering all of his garbage.
No, it's like a crime that's been done to him, but he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this.
I just don't want people thinking they were out here like, no, gorillas can't be smart. Like, they weren't fucking doing it to keep the natural order.
Yeah. They're trying to help him be able to fit in. He's like, no, I'm gonna be Gorilla Batman. It's fine.
Dude, the fucking Bruce Wayne being like, he's a kindred spirit if I ever saw one. Like, that's so fucking good. It's so good, dude. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, Gorilla Batman. Oh,
It's like the gorilla should have, like, when they asked him if he wanted to be changed back, he's like, do you want to forget? Like, everything you know about becoming Batman and that your parents were murdered?
Yeah.
We're just be like, no, I don't. Don't
You
wanna
got
forget.
me. I got aped. Yeah.
It's just part of me though is just like you had to make up a fucking hyper intelligent gorilla. There's so many in the DC universe
I was gonna
already.
say we're like
You needed another one.
we're reinventing this wheel.
Uh, yeah. Then in airing order is The Call, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yes.
So then we've got Betrayal.
Betrayal. It's our big time episode 2.
Yeah. Our big time episodes come pretty close to each other because of skipping The Call.
Yeah, which I mean I was fine with it.
Yeah.
So this one I really liked just because I really fucking I liked how they made Major, right? The dude, like they had Major thinking he was in like a brains and brawn operation, and Big Time is like, it just like affected my body, like my brain is fine. He's like, yeah, that's nice, that's cute. Like go play with your fucking toys. And like because I like that, because like it's a good, they could have fallen into just doing that, right? Like he's stupid and strong or something, but they don't, because like it just fucked up his body. Like I mean, look, his plans are shitty. Like he's fucking cooking garbage, but he's still cooking.
He's like just smart enough to get himself completely owned.
Yeah, but like it's not like it made him dumber. Like that's just him.
Yeah,
it's just his standard.
Yeah. He didn't get hyper intelligence.
Yeah.
Or even psychic powers with his accident. He just got one big arm.
And tall. You got very tall.
And a better voice actor.
Here, can I hit you with something? I kind of thought his original voice was, I don't even know if it's good, but it was like interesting. Like I wanted to hear him talk, but not that it didn't fit. It sounded like it was mixed weird compared to the rest of the show, but like I kind of liked it.
Which voice?
His original one.
Sure.
I mean, this one's fine too. Like I thought both were solid, but like that original one is just like unique.
Sure. In this episode, they just got Clancy Brown to voice him. Who voices like Lex Luthor.
Hell yeah.
Show. Yeah, it's the same thing. Just like his like sell to Terry is never a good one.
Yeah.
So his plan is stupid, because it's like, I'm gonna like usurp this guy by bringing in guys I can trust. But he doesn't have anyone he can trust.
Yeah, like Terry
all
was
he has
such
is
a bad
Terry.
pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No,
he just doesn't have the
the
personnel
Terry,
for his stupid maneuver.
The Terry stuff, like, it's like with the first one. Like, it's not really pulling me. It's definitely just like the dynamic of him as like a villain, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I just hit for me.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing in the show of like Terry feeling guilty for like his like child criminal past career, and I'm like, you were a small child who had bad influences around you.
Yeah.
You don't need to feel that guilty about it, Terry.
Yeah, no, it's like it almost feels like they were trying to set up like some of the approaching like a sort of Batman Two-Face dynamic. Something like that. But like it
doesn't hit.
It ain't that.
Yeah. You have to have, if you're gonna set that up there, like it has to be something that's is still pulling Terry towards that person.
Yeah.
Whether it's because they're hot or whatever. But there's got to be something.
Wait, are you saying they should have made Dana get fucking hormoned or whatever into big time?
If they made Dana evil, that would be something. That would have juice.
Yeah, it'd have juice. She already has black hair and lips. Now she'll have a black dress.
Yeah.
Art is sweating while drawing that.
Then we had the Curse of the Cobra 2-parter, which we
anything else
already talked about.
Anything else about that one? I think we covered it.
Just that Kari Tanaka is in it, and I think she was in the Day of the Samurai episode of Batman.
Okay,
that character.
Gotcha.
Like when Bruce went to train in Japan, she was that character there. So that's a nice touch. And this is also like them showing Terry getting training.
Yeah,
which I know it was apparently one of the big fan complaints that they got after like when the show premiered was like that you never really see Terry becoming like working to become Batman. He's just Batman.
See, and this is why this like fits in with the thing I said earlier. Like,
yeah,
he's getting some of the official skills.
Like, yeah.
And I think that's important for me. Kind of didn't really realize until I saw it, but I'm like, this is good.
Yeah,
he should have been getting his ass kicked more.
Well, I'm fine with him being good at fighting because, like, learn by doing. He fights every fucking day of his life.
Like that, and like his criminal past, you can assume that he got into some scuffs and shit.
We see him fighting jokers just like for the hell of it. Yeah. That's just what he does.
But still, going up against like trained people, supposedly trained.
Sure. Yeah, when he's up against like assassin who never fails.
Yeah. Turns out all of her other targets were just fucking nobody that could fight back.
No, that whole episode makes that whole organization seem kind of like fucking full of shit. And she murdered all of them also.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sometimes you just have to have a TV show.
Yeah.
Other than that, there's just the why do they want to become dinosaurs? They're snake people. They're a snake cult. They're not a dinosaur cult.
So snaky, and then it's just like we're turning them into dinosaurs.
Why?
Because fuck it.
And then they're like they're just doing it out of order. They're turning into dinosaurs before they've changed the climate of the planet to allow them to live as dinosaurs.
That's like. Yeah, I said it felt like it was really just like fuck it, we do it live. But like,
yeah,
I didn't think of that bit even. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he turns himself into a fucking dinosaur. He's like, do you have any idea how little time I have in this form? Like, damn,
whose fucking fault is that, you moron?
You don't even have like. Then they talk about how hot it is on the ship, right? You don't have more. You don't have like heat lamps and stuff.
It was not a good plan.
Terrible plan. The cult put all of their brain power and budget into like raising Xander.
The thing I will say that's at least consistent, Cobra's plans are always the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard in this show.
Yeah.
They're just really bad at this. Then we got Countdown, our Zeta Returns episode, and we get
Ro.
the Ro, who's the co-star of that TV show, I believe.
Yeah. And who also ends up with the hots for Batman. As you do.
Yeah. Well, as we establish, every other human male his age or in the world is fucking awful. So
Yeah.
he's the only good one.
This episode made me realize that I think of the new villains we have and stuff, I think Mad Stan is just my favorite.
He's the one they just bring back because he's fun. He's the only one that's just fun.
Like, he's having a
And
good
maybe
time.
Ink. Yeah.
Like, also just, like, it's the perfect level of, like... Because, like, all this shit, like, when he's like, it's a conspiracy, man, and he just, like, fucking hucks a bomb, like, I'm fucking, like, that's so good. Like, it's just the right amount of that bullshit, and the fact that his stuff is, like, he's just ridiculous. Like,
I love that his plan is, like, I'm going to set this up, and then I'm going to put myself in, like, a mini coma, so you can't get me to tell you where I did it.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm just
gonna
asleep.
be out for the whole thing. Like, it's just ridiculous. He's kind of close to the Joker and just like, this is fucking stupid. But here I am.
The thing else, he's like a Tick villain, because he's like a parody of a comic book supervillain.
Sure.
With like just an
even-
extra level of ridiculous and fucking, he's crazy.
I mean, this episode did hit a little too close where, like, Bruce Wayne, it's too close to being relevant today, where Bruce Wayne is like, I figured out his pattern. It's small events that happen in the news that set him off. Like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah. Anytime we were fucking joking about conspiracy stuff, you start to have to remember that the world is worse than you want it to be.
Yeah. It is very funny that, like, the thing that set him off, though, was, like, they're raising pet taxes or whatever. Like,
'Cause he has
license.
He has this little dog.
He has Boom Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he's very... I'm like, damn, I kind of wish we would have gotten more.
I like how they used him, where like he would just show up, and like episodes weren't about him. He was just there.
Oh, yeah.
He's just a thing Terry had to deal with sometimes. We got Zeta's new design in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty fucking generic looking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, the Zeta stuff, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I just don't. I like Ro.
Ro's shit was great.
I like that she tries to call Batman.
Yeah, fucking calling the police and being like, I know you have him in a fucking closet. Where is he? And Bruce Wayne is just listening to this shit also, which is hilarious.
But also, she's a character who's like constantly on the run from like government. Like, this government hit squad after Zeta, but she's like, the cops got Batman on speed dial.
Also, her, like, Terry or Batman making her wait in the Batmobile, and she's like, "What the hell am I supposed to do in here?" And he fucking turns on like elevator music, like like literal hold music, and shuts the door. And that it's just a button. Like, that's just, you know, sometimes people gotta wait in the Batmobile.
Yeah, wait in the Batmobile.
You need some easy listening.
They should put locks on those doors, because...
Yeah, she just fucking gets out.
Again, and like, but it is weird that like this episode aired in like April, and the Curse of the Cobra episodes aired in February. And like the show basically stopped coming out regularly in December of the previous year.
Yeah.
Just like these sporadic, like, here's an episode of Batman Beyond. Really? Okay.
I guess.
Are there more? No? Oh, all right. I don't know if maybe I wonder if the Zeta show was probably still running. I don't even know. I don't remember. I don't know when that ended. Because I wonder if this was more existed because of that, like came out because of that show. Yes, because that show premiered in 2001.
Right.
So it had just premiered like this year that these last stragglers are coming out. Okay. We're replacing Batman with a much cheaper show.
Yeah.
And then there's Unmasked, which aired in December of 2001.
Like late December 18.
Yeah. Like Justice League had started airing already.
Yeah. Then yeah, this one it's the one where it's like a flashback of the time that he revealed his face to a child.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's too scary.
I knew, dude, him being like, "Don't be afraid," and he's a fucking demon on fire, Pluto looking ass. Like, just don't be scared. Hey, come here. Don't be a little bitch. I'm helping you. That kid was stupid though. Like,
yeah.
The building's on, surely he knows of Batman. And the building is on fire, and you're on the building. And this dude, like, what? You thought the fucking Grim Reaper showed up to make it worse?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know. You're in hell, basically. Anything's possible.
That's true. I did see the ending of that story coming from a billion miles away. I'm like, he's gonna remember the face of the fucking little action hero of not G.I. Joe.
That is in fact what happens. He gets kidnapped by Cobra because he tells people on TV that he knows who Batman is.
Well, that he saw his face, yeah. And
Yeah.
Cobra has invested in a thing that lets you turn thoughts into images on a screen.
Yeah. No way to make money off that.
Yeah, we gotta fucking do other dumb shit. No, see, they don't need to make money on it because that's just a device. Like it's like a fucking iPhone. Like everybody has them. That's just a thing that we don't talk about in the universe.
Yeah. Also, when Bruce puts Terry on, is like, oh, no, now you're on permanent guard this one specific kid duty. And Terry's like, I have to fucking, like, eat and go to school. And Bruce is like, oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess I'll set up police guards too. Damn. It was like his plan was to make Terry watch this kid 24/7.
I mean, deserved.
It's true.
Like, this was another. This is why I think it shouldn't have been a flashback, but like I definitely, if it wasn't a flashback, I feel like for me this sort of incident would need to be placed a little earlier. But like it's another thing of like, this isn't a thing you fucking do. You're Batman. You don't get to pull off the mask.
No.
Like, and that's an important lesson, right?
Yeah. But it's a bad story to tell as the last episode of
100%. Like, it's placement. It's placement in the fucking airing of this TV show, and also as a flashback is fucking whack.
Like
Like,
also like it's the last episode that came out of Cartoon Network, so it's like heavily promoted because like on the
Yeah.
Lost episode.
Okay. Yeah,
whatever.
no, that shit is. Ugh.
It was not satisfying.
Good call. Doing the call last for sure.
Yeah, because it's just a thing of like when they were making this show and the previous shows, they weren't. Although with Superman, they kind of did a good job, but they weren't thinking about season finales really.
Yeah.
Justice League, they will be thinking about season finales. But,
Well, that's nice.
for this one, it just wasn't in their head.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I told Ben to watch The Call last. The Call is a big 2-parter with the Justice League. We've got Superman.
Yeah, we fucking the episode at part 1 starts and it says Metropolis and I'm like, "Oh. that's why." It's just like that. Say no more. I'm fucking locked in. That shit, dude, it was very good. Also, I am far too trusting of Superman. Like,
Well, this story kind of doesn't make sense.
it's a little fucking whack, but like, you know.
Yeah. Just don't think it's fine if you don't think about it. But if you think about it too hard, you're like, because there was another one. The writers were like, it's total cheating. We cheated so much in the second part, particularly like with like where like the first episode ends with Warhawk dying, and then he's just back. No explanation,
like,
really.
He says, "I wasn't in the armor." I'm like, they showed you being in the armor.
No, it's 100% cheating, but
He bailed before that, I guess. I'm looking at the wiki. Am I fucking crazy?
what?
Terry, okay, so part 1, Bruce's old ally Superman drafts Batman to the Justice League, suspects a traitor. Terry discovers a conspiracy against the League, facing hostility from some of the members, sure. Part 2 says to get to the bottom of the problem facing the Justice League, Batman must face off against his own teammates, including Superman. He must seek help from Bruce, who knew of an old enemy of theirs, Starro the Conqueror. I don't remember Starro being mentioned at all. Am I fucking crazy?
Starro the Conqueror is the name of that starfish?
Sure, like on the hyperlink.
They don't say it, and Bruce doesn't know anything about Starro.
Yeah, dude, someone fucked up because like this is not. It's not.
Yeah,
I
that
was
summary's
like,
just wrong. Also, Bruce doesn't in the first part. Bruce doesn't warn Terry not to join. He's kind of ambivalent to it. He's like, I don't think it's my decision.
you gotta edit this. You gotta fix this. Okay,
I mean
that's
just
good.
incorrect. That's interesting.
That's wild. Like the second part is
sometimes-
wildly incorrect.
Yeah,
I would say because like zero mention of Starro. I'm like, oh no.
no, because they actually hear a problem for them when they made regular Justice League. A problem in quotes is that they couldn't use Starro, who's technically Starro is the first villain the Justice League fight in comic books. So like they fight him here, but then they can never use it again in the main series because they only encounter it here.
Yeah,
And like they only learn anything about it because Aquagirl's like telepathy. She's
yeah. I was gonna say
exposition.
like, what are we fucking talking about here? Like,
Although Starro, you did when they cut back to the Preserver episode stuff. Like Starro is in that episode.
yeah.
Like they are pulling on a thing a thing that they weren't really seeding, they were just like putting a cameo in for this thing. And then pulling on that thread to for where it came from. It was it's like being in Superman's Fortress of Solitude zoo, and then eventually having recently glommed onto him.
They
also say it's been on him for years.
Yeah, it's been on him for years, and this thing is centuries old, and it didn't recognize the ship, so it had no idea that it should be scared. But also, it was then fucking really angry. It's sort of a mess. Also, the fact that it's like they fucking. So I didn't mention it previously, but it's actually a good combination hit. Is that Terry needs to fucking he needs to fucking pay attention. Do you know how many times he's just like standing there and he gets fucking donked from the back? Like every other goddamn episode, he's just like in the fight and just like, I got 3 out of 4. I'm going to look straight ahead for a while, and then gets like a steel chair to the back of the head. And I'm like, are you kidding me? It's every fucking time. And that, how do you pronounce your name? Kairi Tanaka? Kairi?
Yeah.
She's like, guard your left. I'm like, fucking guard your back. Like, Jesus. Use your fucking eyes and head. But the thing, like, this little starfish thing, like, jumps on Superman and just, like, immediately attaches to his face. I'm like, Superman a little debuffed or something? Isn't he, like, Superman? Like, something jumps at him, he's like, oh, shit. And it works. Kind of lame, but sure. Now, if he had been turned, it's the fact that he was facing the starfish. If he was, like, turned around, I can accept it.
But this guy has laser eyes. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he just has to look and, like, fucking shoot. And then later in the episode, after they get it off, and he's just, there's, like, fucking 100 starfish coming at him, and he's just, like, glancing and, like, shooting all of them. I'm like,
look.
Could have done it earlier.
Oh, look, his guard was down.
Yeah, we needed exposition showing a montage of them, like, being best friends. So that's why his guard, like, this starfish was really nice and sweet, and it liked him. And it, like, jumped at him and cuddled sometimes, and that's why he let it.
Yeah. I mean, he'd been in there for fucking years.
Yeah. Look, maybe it operates slow, you know? Like, slow. It's old. It's like an Ent or something. Took a long time to figure out that you could just do that.
Yeah. I don't know. There are, like, more interesting depictions of Starro also in comics, I will say, than this one.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fucking hyperlink, and he's like a spacefaring giant starfish that looks cool as hell. Like, that makes sense. There's cooler depictions of him.
Yeah, the indelible original image is on the cover. It's all the heroes, and there's this giant starfish.
Yeah, like that seems solid.
He's big. Yeah, there's no big starfish in this episode. It's kind of like, you know, why it's a shame that they wrote themselves into a way they couldn't ever do it again. But
I mean, they fucking could have.
Whatever.
There's literally nothing in here that prevents you from doing big boss starfish later, in my opinion. Like, it's so fucking generic.
Yeah. Nope, it's off the table. Also, Bruce Timm never liked Starro anyway. So from the words of his mouth, he's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. The thing Bruce Timm did bring up that he didn't like was, and he was more annoyed about it at the time, was that the last time we saw Superman, it was the Superman gets mind controlled story at the end of Superman, and now Superman's mind controlled again. The next time we're seeing him.
Yeah, I could see it.
So, like, you know, in the this is the part of there are too many stories of evil Superman. This is another drop in that bucket of instances of overdoing that.
Is this the voice actor that Superman keeps in Justice League?
No.
Is it the other? It's the Superman from the
No, he has
series?
It's
a completely new series or voice actor. Okay.
But as a kid, I couldn't tell.
Okay, between this and them, or
He
between
sounds
Justice
no,
League
but
and
he
Superman?
sounds more like regular
Okay,
Superman the animated series.
because in this, that was
Superman.
like the immediate thing. I was like, "Where's my boy?"
No, he sounds weird in this because they've decided to use the actor who played Jor-El in the episode 1 of Superman the animated series to play older Superman.
Should have gotten. They should have gotten. Let me make sure I'm right.
I think it's mostly because they were always a little like Tim Daly, who voiced Superman the animated series. Could never. They were like always trying to get him to go lower, and they had a lot of trouble getting him to go to a lower pitch with his voice. I assume that's like kind of the back of their head why they didn't go to him for an older Superman.
Gotcha. You know what they should have done if they were going to change voice actors anyway, or use a different voice actor, not change. I should have just gotten Frank Welker to do it.
Sure.
Just no notes, just him talking. It would be so fucking funny. I mean, it ruins all of the episode because it would become the focal point, but it'd be so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah. So our Justice League in this is Big Barda, Aquagirl, Warhawk, and
Green Lantern.
Kid Green Lantern.
Technically.
Yeah. A Kid Green Lantern.
I'll be real, it took me a while. I was like, is this just did someone fucking scuff the art on Wonder Woman? Who am I looking at here? And they said Barda, and I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. But I was like, what the fuck's happened?
Apparently, for some reason, they weren't allowed to use Wonder Woman.
That's
so they
weird.
were just like, well, we'll just use Big Barda instead.
Yeah, I was like...
And apparently, I think Big Barda was on the Justice League in comics at the time that they made this also.
Okay. Because at first I was like, she also is going to live for like fucking ever or whatever, right? Like she didn't eat it from old age. At least not at this point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, I think, who was the Hawk again? What's his name? Warhawk. He's kind of whatever. I mean, he would need to.
I like him better. I like him better in episode 2 after he's blown up.
Sure.
Because he's like, kid didn't listen to. I told him to stay back, but he didn't listen to me. I like that.
Yeah, no, he like once he warms up or whatever, he could be fine.
Yeah.
He was just playing a heel.
Yeah, when he's just like, I don't like Terry, like, yeah, that's not gonna endear me to your character.
I mean, the Big Barda is great because she's big. Like that's easy win.
Yeah.
Aquagirl, I was more curious about the thing. There was like a small note when he's looking through their when Batman's looking through the files, and it says daughter of Aquaman. I forget what it says, but like Aquaman's like MIA or something. Like they don't know where he is.
Aquaman MIA?
I thought it said like he was missing or something, or location unknown. Yo, let me go.
I don't remember the screenshot. Her mother's name is Mira, so I don't know if you were making a mistake there or something.
I do not fucking make mistakes. First off,
but I'd have to see the screenshot. But maybe Aquaman's missing. Who knows?
Could be anything. In these comic things,
Yeah.
anything can fucking happen, you know? It could have said Aquaman turned into horse. And I would be like, yeah. All right, let's see what we got. Here. It was in the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, because he's looking at this stuff.
Because it's before Aquagirl gets it locked in.
Yeah. Okay, he's looking at Minecraft. All right.
You're mumbling. It sounded like, all right, he's looking at Minecraft.
Minecraft. No, they have like this stuff. It's like Warhawk, and there's like a little speech bubble. It's like wings, remote, retractable, polynized, aluminum, steel, casing. That's Green Lantern. Aquaman, father, whereabouts unknown.
Okay. He went into the sea and never came back. He went to go get a pack of smokes.
Shit, went to the corner store. Fucking Aqua Girl. This show would have blown my mind if I was like 15. Look, it's not my fault that the grown men drawing this shit have the same taste I did as a teenager.
Yeah.
No, I like the. I guess I don't really have any strong feeling. What's his name? Micron.
Well, right. There's also Micron, who's just
I don't.
the Atom.
I don't have any feelings on him because like the first thing he did was eat shit, and that's like all we saw him do until he ate shit a second time. So like
he got big to like help them fight off Superman.
Yeah, he got big
It's
to
about
help
to
him
murder
fight.
them.
Yeah, but like he still kind of took an L there.
Sure. I mean, he wasn't done being in the healing tank.
He had to get back in the fucking oven or whatever. The souffle wasn't risen yet or something.
Yeah.
Oh. Shit's good though. It
Yeah.
was indeed, you were correct. It was indeed a very hype thing.
Yeah. To get that whole scene of like the attack on the city with that building falling over.
Yeah, man.
And like Superman, it is very funny. Like Superman's like holding up that building by its window. Like,
Dude, him holding it up as people are falling through the windows, I was like, okay, at least we got like something realistic.
yeah,
Or semi-realistic.
mm-hmm. The building falling over that way, it's ridiculous, but
No, that's how it works. Well, I mean, look, it's not ridiculous when you consider that he was setting up the charges.
yeah. I feel like that's a pre 9/11 understanding of how buildings work.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just being truthful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get to see them all, saving people and doing the thing.
doing their
large scale.
I was
lots of characters doing things.
I was about to
which
say,
was
the scale.
Which is the thing that they're gonna have to learn when they start doing Justice League is the scale.
Yeah.
Like they use this episode as like their blueprint for stuff they wanted to do and stuff they didn't want to, like mistakes that they saw that they didn't want to repeat. Or whatever.
Makes sense.
Like this was their starting point, kind of.
Yeah.
And it was the thing of like Bruce Timm was saying like how he didn't want to do the Justice League just because he knew it would be a lot of work. Like, and I was right.
I mean, yeah. Go figure.
Yeah. And I will say, since we've got the Batman Beyond movie, and then we're doing season 1 of Justice League. There are some growing pains on Justice League in a way that I don't think some of the other shows had. The season 1 of Justice League is definitely the weakest season of Justice League. Like it just gets better. They just get better at it after
Okay.
season 1. There's some growing pains, and they've described it as like they were kind of afraid of how big the thing was, and they kind of let the fear get the better of them, and they played it more safe on some stuff.
Sure.
And you'll see the results of that. But like it's not like it's horrendous or anything. It's just definitely not as strong as the seasons that come after that.
Gotcha.
But also but for them as like creators, it was the first one where like people weren't super high on it out of the gate.
Yeah. I mean, they're still batting pretty well, considering.
Yeah. And like after season 1 of Justice League, it's all bangers. I'll say also.
Hell yeah.
Like it gets really fucking good after that. And we're getting into the point of like we're getting the heavy payoffs for having watched all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like when they're gonna reference stuff, it's like fucking payoffs.
The bird from I Saw a Bird.
Yeah.
Still, you're not going to get a bigger payoff for that. I'm sorry. Like,
It's true.
The fucking hit of like, oh, it was actually worth watching Ultra Q is going to live forever.
Yeah, it's true. Never would the bird from I Saw a Bird have meant as much to me. If we hadn't watched that show in that way.
Yeah. The strongest emotions I've ever felt watching a piece of media. That son of a bitch.
There's also a thing in this episode, the line of Batman only ever being a part-timer.
Oh, yeah.
So that's gonna be like a running joke they're like saddled with.
Oh, sure.
Like Batman only ever never saying he's a full-time member, but he's gonna be in the show fucking plenty.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, yeah. Other than that, I think that's a podcast.
Hell yeah.
We've still got one more piece of Batman Beyond branded media, which is the movie Return of the Joker.
Yes. And that's the one that's aside from like the intro, that's like the bit and like random shot that could be from literally any of these episodes of Batman just like in that suit gliding from a building. Yeah, like apparently the trailer for the Joker movie is like the one that I remember. I just remember the Joker going, "I'm ready to give this town a wedgie
again."
That's it. That's the one. I just never saw the movie. I only saw the trailers.
That is an interesting one because they put it out on TV like heavily edited. Like that's a movie that went where they're like pushing the envelope, came back to bite them.
Yeah.
It's like this is too dark for tiny babies on Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So that was like years later that then like the unrated DVD came out, I think.
Unrated.
Yeah. So
hell yeah,
that's an interesting.
I mean,
thing.
I'm fucking ready.
Like, and it's kind of annoying to me because they recorded the commentary before anybody had even seen the movie, so they don't have. There's nothing on the commentary track that responds to that whole thing.
Interesting,
because they recorded that for the DVD before it aired.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. And to getting the Justice League. That's a benefit. We do so much and it's so good. It's like there's fucking more.
It's true.
Like we're not done yet.
There's a lot more.
Yeah.
SaltCirclePodcast@gmail.com, SaltCirclePod on Twitter, Anchor.fm/SaltCircle, YouTube.com/@SaltCircle, and I'm on Twitter @ComicPanels.
Let's go.
A superstitious, cowardly lot.